I'm 32, and the textbook says midlife crisis happens at 42. And for so long, I thought, I don't have the right to talk about this because I'm not in that age range yet. However, I've been cycling through something that absolutely describes what people says about this monthly. The void, the emptiness. I always ask myself in that cycle, what is the point even? What is the point of everything? I get disabled during those times. I get the inability to move, to work properly, to function. That's followed by clarity, that's followed by functioning again, followed by the next cycle, by next month. So before I made this episode, and it took me some time, I did something. I asked people. A beloved friend of mine, a 30-year-old mechanical engineer, a high school classmate, a friend of mine, a 32-year-old seafarer, a fellow architect of mine, same age. And then I decided I'd post something, a discussion in an INFJ community, and the outpour of insights were overwhelming. It surprised me. I did not expect those answers. The first thing I noticed, nobody waited to turn 45. The respondents from that INFJ community was aged from 20 to 60 years old. And those friends I've had that responded, my beloved mechanical engineer friend said it started in his early 20s. That early, yes. The moment social media became a popular thing, and with that, comparison became constant. We may not admit that it affected us in a lot of ways, and it became inescapable. He said something that stayed with me. That question that stems from what I always ask myself monthly as well. Those hustles, these hustles that people show in public is what exactly for? What for? Then he eventually shut it down, his social media, because it made him feel like he was rowing against the waves without making any progress. Now he refused to look at what others were doing. And by that, he found a little more peace than usual. The seafarer friend that I have described being so far away from home for so long, he forgot how to be a human already. And he even used to call himself a sea creature. But what grounded him wasn't really money or status. It was the satisfaction of him creating Excel formulas on his desktop. Yes, he's playing God there. He has his own sandbox. And that's why, yes, he found refuge in math. In math. He was playing God with math, and he found meaning in that. And he referenced Albert Camus with his response, The Myth of Sisyphus. He said, when a goal takes too long, that process becomes your identity. And the goal, it becomes an abstract ghost. I resonated with that. And the architect friend that I have said something quietly devastating. He said, the hand he was dealt with can only be just this, ordinary. And it gets him thinking, is this all it? He imagined that he would have figured out everything by now. A family, a home, happiness. But he's still making his way through the dark at the moment. And from the online community, someone in their early 40s said they felt existential emptiness for 20 years. They started at their 20s as well. Someone said they've had their first existential crisis at 8, another at 11, another at 15. Someone says at 65, and that's just how they recently found the language for what they are going through. Someone said their breaking point came from betrayal, family enmeshment. Someone left an abusive marriage at 35 and called it a two-over. They made a language for it. Someone said consciousness itself is the problem. It's what makes us higher than all the animals in this world. But unlike animals, humans hold the past, present, and the future simultaneously. But it breaks us if we just get honest about it. The pattern across all them, nobody waited at 45 to start experiencing this crisis. After reading everything, my research, my experiences, Jung, Frankl, Camus, the responses, the overwhelming responses. I thought there are three distinct things from people under this label. One is the midlife crisis. That's a classic textbook definition. It's the version from 40s to 50s. It's triggered by mortality awareness. Time is running out, objectively. Major life transitions, the sports cars, the affair, the classic telltale signs. The career abandonment, real but specific. The second one is the existential crisis. No age requirements. The questioning of meaning, the purpose, the value of existence itself. My beloved mechanical engineer had it at 20. Participant 16 had it at 18. I've had it monthly. It has nothing to do with age. And it has everything to do with the depth of the consciousness. The last one is the quarter life crisis and Saturn return. Now formally recognize the specific collision between societal expectations and authentic identity. It happens in the late 20s to mid 30s. When you reach a milestone, society promised would make you happy. But in the end, made you feel nothing. Made us feel nothing. What connects all three of these dots is one root cause. The gap between the life you were told you should have and the life that is actually yours. My 30-year-old friend chased what society and social media said success would look like. My seafarer friend built a lifestyle around a career that gave him enough, but still asked, what's the point? The architect here imagined life figured out by now. The INFJ community members describe feeling caged by expectations, enmeshed in family systems, living inside scripts they never made, and they never wrote in the first place. Viktor Frankl called the emptiness that follows this realization the existential vacuum. Carl Jung called the process of breaking out of this individuation. One participant called it a do-over. She made a language for it. Participant 15 said it most in the simplest way. It's not a midlife crisis. It's just a life crisis. And here's the counterintuitive part. This crisis isn't the malfunction. The crisis is the correction. It's our psyche rejecting the life that doesn't fit us. It's our authentic self surviving through the constructions society built around us. It feels like the solution because it is the solution. It's the solution of the version of us that was never really us. Participant 14 said it best. Sit in it for as long as it takes. It is the truth. It is the part of the whole. It is you. Denying it causes more suffering. And that hit me hard. For real. Should have been doing that monthly. Seriously, that's all I can do. That's all we can do. And it's something that we should do. So I'm retiring the label midlife crisis from my vocabulary starting now. Not because it doesn't exist, of course, but because it's too narrow and too age specific to describe what millions of people are experiencing this early, decades earlier than the classic textbook says. I'm also retiring the shame around this cycling every month when it comes to me. I know what it is. I know how it feels. It's not a malfunction. It's not weakness. It it is not that something is wrong with me or you in that matter. It's our psyche doing something for maintenance. It's stripping what doesn't fit and making a room for what does. And when someone around me goes silent and asks me to stop, like that close INTJ friend I have, I'll have that other story on the next entry for you guys on what happened. I will understand. They did not really reject my insights for them. They're just not ready to receive it yet. And it overwhelmed them. And it affected them physically. It manifested. The truth is, truth without readiness is just overwhelmed. I learned it the hard way as well. I still have questions, a lot of them, and probably I will always have, will never end. And I figure that's not a problem to solve. That's just me. A person who cycles through the void and fortunately comes back with more clarity each time. And if you're watching this and you're 22 or 32 or 45 and you've been feeling this too, you're not broken. You're not too young or too old. You're just someone whose authentic life is trying to break free through this constructed one society told us. That's not a crisis. It's an awakening and it will pass. Even though you will feel like the voice that you try to tell yourself that everything will pass will also pass. It will pass. Just hang on there.